Hello everyone, welcome to the Tristar Gym channel. Today's episode we are looking at how to avoid the Kimura and how to counter the Kimura, making sure that we don't get tapped out with one of these holds. This is Matt Hughes on top of Joe Riggs in the earlier UFCs here. Matt Hughes scores a beautiful takedown, establishes a half guard position, and then works the Kimura. From the Kimura, he made his way to side control and put on a beautiful submission to tap out Joe Riggs here. And in my opinion, when you fight a very strong, heavy wrestler with good jiu-jitsu, you must avoid this Kimura grip at all costs, okay? If he gets this far with the grip, it is very, very dangerous, okay? So the first thing we're going to be doing here is I'm going to show you a quick replay of what happened here. Matt Hughes is on top, frees his leg, grabs the arm, wrenches it behind the head here, okay, and gets the nice tap out. So look, the first thing I want to do is never let him grip my wrist. You see this? This is already too far for me. Look at this right here. Okay, we're talking about this grip right here. This is already very dangerous in my opinion. Okay, if you get a good experienced guy on top of you who's very athletic. So watch what I'm going to do. As he grabs my wrist, I'm going to use this knee right here. Okay, I'm going to strip his grip. Watch what we call stripping the grip. Watch here, my knee swims inside and I strip the grip. See that? I'm going to show it to you guys a few times. This is very important. Now the downside of this, you saw him escape his leg. Because you unlocked your guard, he can escape to the guard. But I hold it a greater priority to strip the grip than to maintain half guard. Because a good Kimura guy, once he gets the grip, he's going to pass the half guard anyway. Okay, so I do not want him to grab that grip. So watch what my knee is going to do here. I'm going to swim my knee inside and strip his grip. Okay, if you didn't catch that, I'm going to slow down on the next one. Watch here, he's in my half guard. I don't want him to grab that wrist. Okay, in the next escape, we're not even going to allow him to grab the wrist. But in this situation, he got further along the Kimura grip. So look at this. He's grabbing my wrist. As soon as I feel him grab my wrist, look at my left knee. My left knee is going to come swim inside, and we call this a knee shield. And I'm going to strip his grip, just completely break his grip off. Okay, watch this one more time here. He grabs my wrist. My left knee is going to come swim inside and break the grip. You must break the grip. Do not allow him to lock his hands together. Now in the next escape here, this is a more powerful escape. It's not even escape. I'm never going to allow him to grab my wrist. Now watch this. Okay, let's see if you pick up the technique here. Now I see a lot of people do underhook from half guard. And when people do underhook from half guard, they get smashed not only with Kimuras, but with darces and whizzers and guillotines. You know, when I put in an underhook, I don't get guillotined. I don't get Kimura. And I'll show you why, okay? Because most jiu-jitsu guys on the bottom, when they stick their hand in, okay, this is called an underhook here. You see my arm swimming underneath my partner's arm here. And this is a half guard technique, obviously, so we're not full guard. Most people will wrap their arm around the guy's waist. I don't want to wrap my arm around the guy's waist until I'm out from underneath him. Okay, so you can see that my partner here is still on top of me. He still has weight on me. He still has weight on my arm. I will not wrap his waist until I'm completely out from the bottom. Okay, so watch here. Look at the back of my hand. The back of my hand is going to push into his tricep. You see this area of his tricep right here? I'm going to push with my arm up in this direction with my underhook, and I'm going to slide down. You're going to see me slide down in this direction. Okay, so my arm is going up, and my body's going to shimmy down. It's going to shrimp all the way down. These are the two very important directions I'm looking for. I'm going to play it in slow-mo so you guys can see it here. Check it out. So look, my left arm, instead of wrapping around the waist, like most people do, they wrap around the waist. That's not what I want. I'm shooting it up. That's going to come later. And then I'm going to swim my hips down. I'm going to strip my hips down. I'm going to wrap the waist later, okay? Only once I've completely escaped the bottom position. Look at my left arm. Look how it's pushing up. And my partner is going live right now. He's trying to grab a Kimura. Okay, so watch. I'm pushing up on his tricep instead of grabbing around his waist. And now once I'm still staying connected. Once you stay connected to the back of his tricep, he cannot connect this wrist to this wrist. Look at that. Look how far they are away from each other. He would have to bring his arm all the way to this side. And my arm would have to be down here. Okay, my arm would have to be in this position here for him to grab me, okay? So I'm never going to allow him to make this connection, okay? So look at our hands now. He cannot connect the Kimura. See how I start to shrimp there? You're going to see more of the shrimping later on. And the deeper I shrimp, the more deep my arm gets around. So then I'm using not only the back of my hand, but my forearm and my bicep and my tricep. See how deep I got with my underhook? Don't wrap up. Don't wrap up the body. Keep shooting your arm towards the guy's head, driving against the tricep right here. You got to drive. That's the key, okay? A lot of people shoot towards the head. Don't shoot towards the head. Drive into the tricep. Once you're driving into the tricep, escape. And this is going to make your opponent tilt. See how he's tilting here? See how he's tilting? His shoulders kind of rotating this way. He cannot pin me in the Kimura. So let's keep this playing through here. Notice he's trying to grab a Kimura. He's trying really, really hard here. I'm telling him to go live here. He's doing his best. He cannot grab that Kimura, and that makes it for an easy scoot. Okay, now look here. Look how far he had to turn to grab that Kimura. That gave me so much space to escape that it's an easy guard shrimp. Notice I'm on the bottom, but I'm not forcing. I'm not trying to lift his weight. I'm deflecting his weight. So here it is. I shoot my arm through. He wants to connect this wrist, this hand to this wrist. I'm not going to allow that. What am I going to do? I'm going to make this wrist disappear by connecting it to the back of his tricep. Very important stuff here. Key detail. Keep yourself out of trouble. Look at this. Look at this action here. He's doing his best now to try to create a Kimura. Look at how I shrimp. You know, let's see that again. That was a nice little shrimp here. Once you get this position, okay, once you're shooting your arm up, look how I'm going to escape my hips. Watch this hip action here. 1, 2, look how I'm hip bumping him. Look what he had to do here. Let me just rewind it a little bit. Look, he had to post. This is what we call a post here. He had to post on his elbow. That's really bad because that means his weight is no longer on my chest, which is exactly what I want, okay? He's going to attempt a whizzer here, and look how weak his whizzer is going to be because I've deflected. Look at this whizzer, okay? So keep an eye on his right arm. See? He didn't even attempt the whizzer. And the next one, I think he does. And we'll see his whizzer is very shallow. I don't want my opponent to get a deep whizzer on me, okay? Let's see here. I start to push against the tricep, pushing up. I start to shrimp. Watch this. Here comes the shrimp. Look at the shrimp. I bump him over, high legs. And look, he's too shallow to even put a whizzer. Puts him right into my triangle. Okay, now look here. Here we have Matt Hughes attempting the Kimura. Look at this. Matt Hughes has got a grip on the wrist. He hasn't connected his hands yet. And look at Riggs' knee. All Riggs needs to do now is swim this knee inside here. Swim this knee inside and strip this grip. And let's see if he can do it here. Obviously he doesn't because we've seen it before, but he doesn't even attempt it. Okay, so what you need to do is when a guy grabs you, he hasn't connected his hands, look at my left knee. It's going to swim in. It's going to pop his grip, and I'm safe from the Kimura. And of course, after that, I'm going to hide my hand with an underhook or go to a different escape. Okay, side control escape. We'll see them later in the future. And here, the best escape is not to let him grab you at all. And look at this. Look how I'm going to get off on the bottom. There's the whizzer we're talking about. Look how shallow that whizzer is. It's a very weak whizzer. And there's my triangle coming up. More details on the triangle in the future. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope to see you in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed that. Please make sure to like, share, and comment, and see you in the next one.